In this video, you guys, I'm going to speak about the Palestinians taking 14 settlement territories from the Israelis, as well as their military strategies, capturing a military installation and equipment, using a boat and a sea attack to cut off the Israeli forces, as well as the hostages taken and their next move. Let's go.
No one can do it better.
The Palestinians, you guys, are in control of 14 settlement territories inside of Israel right now as we speak. So let me bring you this detailed analysis. Here we go.
So the very first stage of this whole operation was the Palestinians entering and attacking the Kerem Shalom checkpoint here in the southern parts. So the village of Kerem Shalom and the checkpoint were both captured by the Palestinians at the very first hours of the day. So essentially,
that's important, you guys. The reason why they did that is so that a lot of the Israeli reinforcements could not come back and reattack them. So they wanted to take these checkpoint areas first to cut them off from that. Very smart, very strategic.
What this fighting happened is as is shown in this video here. We start out with the Palestinians crossing over minefields by the borderline with their motorbikes. They then detect this tank, after which they flew over it with one of the quad drones and dropped a bomb on the tank, blowing it up, disabling it, after which we see from a different perspective how the tank started burning, and then the Palestinians went to the tank and pulled out the crew. The crew survived and were taken prisoners, so they saved the crew from dying to then take them as prisoners.
And as you guys know, the Palestinians have taken, I believe it's about 200 hostages, which they're using for hostage exchanges with Israel, as well as a very smart and tactical move in terms of protecting the citizens inside of Gaza from the incursion, which is going to be coming from Israel. So this was a very strategic move to protect the people inside of Gaza as well, because if there's Israeli hostages inside of Gaza, Israel's not just going to drop bombs indiscriminately and just kill everybody. They're going to have to be more surgical. So that is the tactics being used by the Palestinian forces. Continue.
After which they'll most likely do a prisoner exchange, which there's already been talks of. Following them destroying this tank and passing through the minefields, they started attacking the installment and military installment here in the Kerem Shalom area. The military base located in the area was stormed by the Palestinian fighters, and they managed to capture the checkpoint as well as get rid of the Israeli military within the area. They caught them off guard in the sense that they were attacking at about 5 in the morning, and they were passing through these areas without the Israelis being able to respond in time. As soon as they detected the Palestinian fighters, they started preparing, but with the short time and them just waking up, they simply didn't have enough time to man their positions and stations, and the Palestinians ended up with such a major advantage that they managed to capture the whole military installment in a very short time and capturing most of the equipment without the Israelis being able to actually make use of it. So the Palestinians grew much stronger after capturing the checkpoint.
Very, very important information there, you guys, because what happened was the Palestinians took over the military installation as well as all the equipment and vehicles which are inside of that installation. All of those weapons, because remember, the Palestinians don't have like an army like Israel has. They don't have the weapons that Israel has. They don't have any of that stuff. So their first actionable plan was to cut off the area so the reinforcements can't come in, then take these military bases so that they can get more equipment, more firepower to be able to fight against Israel.
Most of the equipment without the Israelis being able to actually make use of it, so the Palestinians grew much stronger after capturing the checkpoint. They then moved from this position and throughout the day expanded the whole area border zone between the Gaza Strip and the Israeli positions in all directions. following the capture of these military equipment. Then we take a look at a different location, which is here to the north, where there's the military checkpoint of Eres, as well as a military base located here to the south of the village of Sikkim and in this general direction. So both the checkpoint and the military base were both captured by the Palestinian forces again here in the early hours. Following this, we see the following video here. In the video, we see multiple trucks and armored personnel carriers being captured by the Palestinian forces as they managed to capture this location and military installment here to the north of the Gaza Strip. And as such, they were much better equipped and in a much better position than earlier than that.
Told you guys, that's exactly what I said. They captured the military vehicles, jeeps, some tank type equipment, and then also heavy weapons, which are giving them a so-called like fighting chance against this huge multi-billion-dollar army. This is a true David and Goliath situation. Let's continue here.
And as such, they were much better equipped and in a much better position than earlier than that. At the same time, during the morning, they launched a motorboat excursion towards the Israeli areas here to the north of the military installments to prevent any reinforcements from arriving, giving the Palestinian forces enough time to make use of the equipment captured. They then linked up and moved all the way up to the village of Ascalon here to the north of.
Very, very smart military tactics here by the Palestinians. So they cut off by boat. They came up and cut this area off by boat so that the rest of Palestinians and Hamas could get the equipment, get the weapons, get the vehicles, make use of them, and then stop that counterattack from coming in before they were prepared. Smart strategies there.
Equipment captured. They then linked up and moved all the way up to the village of Ascalon here to the north of the Gaza Strip. So fighting started taking place within the settlement. As for the central part, we saw first off that the Palestinian forces stormed these different locations, capturing multiple villages. They actually managed to capture a total of 14 settlements across the front. Meanwhile,
just like I said, you guys, they captured 14 settlements across those areas here, across these areas, in this area right up in here. They have captured 14 Israeli settlements. And remember, a lot of these settlements are illegal settlements that are aside from the accords that the Israelis have with the Palestinians. So a lot of these are their own land, are their own Palestinian territories that they're retaking. You see what I'm saying? They're retaking some of their own territories based on the accord that they have. So that's what's going on there. Let's continue.
While fighting was also taking place in 4 different cities across the front, at the city of Ofakim in the direction of Metiwot, as for the northern parts by Sderot, and in the very northern parts by Ashkelon. So these 4 cities were the main areas of fighting after the initial success by the Palestinian forces with their surprise attack. Since then, we just got this update from Syriac Maps, which shows that most of the connections to these villages for the Palestinian forces were cut off here to the west of Ojekim, here to the southwest. The Palestinian forces were cut off with the supply lines being cut by the Israeli forces. In the northern parts, there's also counterattacks by the Israeli forces, but here they have not managed to recapture the areas. Fighting is still going on within the gray zone in between the Palestinian and Israeli areas. As for the northern parts, there's also counterattacks here by the Israeli forces, as well as in the northern parts here, the Israeli forces managed to cut off the supplies for the Palestinian forces, but the Palestinian forces still hold control over the dockyards here. However, the Israeli forces actually have a navy, on the contrary to the Gaza forces not having any.
Okay, you guys, so there are some counterattacks going on by the Israelis against the Palestinians, but they have not recaptured any of the settlement areas. I repeat, they have not recaptured any of the settlement areas. Please like and share this video. Leave your comments. If you stand with Palestine as well, please leave your comments. I have also put out this other video here. As you see, Israel declares war on Palestine. Hamas infiltrates Israel by air, land, and sea. I've got some incredible footage in that video. It's a full report from literally 10 different news sources. Take your time, go through that information, look at all of that footage. It's absolutely amazing. It's the footage that they're not showing you guys on television. I have it. It's in this video. So go to this video and watch this now. Also, this video right here, it's incredible. Israeli journalist risks life, tells the truth about Israeli occupation of Palestine. This guy goes off. His name is Gideon Levy. Please go watch this video. I'm going to have both of these videos attached here throughout the video and somewhere throughout the end here. Please watch these two videos. They are tremendous. Lastly, I'd like to leave you guys with a verse for your edification. Matthew 5:10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I want to say all praises to the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is Crown Prince Media. I am the Crown Prince. Let's go.
No one can do it better.